Good morning. Here we go. Hi guys, it's Sherilyn, creator and founder of You're More Than Their Mother and author of You're More Than Their Mother, Reclaim, Realign, and Rebalance Your Life. Oh, is that lint on my hat? Hey guys, how are you? I know I look totally different. You never know. I told you all this in the beginning. You never know who you're gonna get when I show up. I like to change up my look, but as you can see, I am not headed to work out. I just actually came from a quick meeting with my daughter's counselor, so had to put on some lipstick and, you know, be a mom this morning. So that was wonderful and insightful. I told you I have a high schooler who is headed out to college soon, so I got to get ready, and things are a lot different from when I got my undergraduate, even from when I got my master's degree. So I just want to make sure that I'm doing everything I need to do as I give her a soft handoff into independence, meaning letting her know I'm here to support her, but this is her journey and she has to make it happen for herself. So we just want to be well informed and make good decisions. So we are equipping ourselves with the knowledge that it takes to do that. So that was that. So how's it going? You all know I'm terrible with keeping up with these days. One day I'm going to sit down and figure out what day we started and find out exactly where we are on the journey. But in the meantime, you all let me know. I'm sure you will. If I'm wrong or anything like that. I did indeed do my workout last night, but I have an admission to make that on Monday, I think it was, I did not work out. I realized that when I was in the bed, or actually when I woke up the next morning, I didn't do a sit up. I didn't do anything. So I am actually missing a day. I missed a day in my 30 days of working out consecutively, which was what the vision was. But what I'm going to do is to just simply extend it a day beyond where I thought I would end. So that's my admission. How are you doing? How are you doing with it? Any days that you missed? If so, no problem. Just the best day to get started is today. So just jump right back on that. So I want to go into today's subtopic, and that is releasing the guilt. Releasing the guilt, guys, that is a big deal. That's something we as moms deal with quite a bit. Now, I don't want to discount. Hold on one second here. It's a little humid here in Texas. It's always warm. I think it's going to be 90 today, but it's a little humid, which we don't have that often. Just a little bit humid. So anyway, turn on the air. So anyway, I want to deal with the topic of guilt and how we overcome the guilt, or how we release the guilt that we have really placed on ourselves. Now, before I go into this, I want to preface it by saying I love our men. I love the role that they play in our lives, whatever role that is that we allow them, either boyfriend, husband, significant other, leader of the home, or whatever it is. That's up to you. I'm really not into that part, but I value what it is that they bring to the table as men and as fathers, and I really am going to expand my brand, and we'll talk about that more at a later time, but to really include fathers and the role that they play. But right now I'm talking about women. I'm talking about us. I'm talking about moms in particular. So dads and men, we're not forgetting about you. We just want to focus on us right now, and until we get us better and feeling good about ourselves, I don't think we'll be of greatest value to you. So we're working on us, and it's going to benefit you subsequently. So hang in there with us. So when I talk about the topic of guilt, what I noticed from people I work with to just people that I talk to, and even this was me at one point, is we hold ourselves hostage to this guilty feeling of taking care of us or doing what it is that we want to do for us. In particular, when we have children, we have this guilt of not taking enough time with our children if we work, especially. We have this guilt going on ourselves of not spending enough quality time, if you will, with our children. Even though we may be with them, we may be multitasking. So now we feel bad that we're not laser focused in on them. We have this guilt of not maybe doing what we wanted to do around our homes in terms of be it cooking or cleaning or even DIY projects, whatever the case may be. We just carry this heavy burden of guilt that really afflicts us in terms of our happiness, in terms of our well-being, or in terms of our contentment. And I want us to release that. First, I want to source where that guilt comes from. Let's talk about where we think that guilt comes from. Here's what I submit to you, and here's what I teach. The guilt comes from old paradigms that we grew up with, old environmental factors, and old things that our parents either taught us, used to have us to do, or that we made an unspoken agreement with. And now we're using that as a benchmark for our lives. So let me give you an example. I tell you all the time, I have, I believe, the most wonderful family this side of heaven. Love them, have a great mom, great dad. Try to duplicate the life that my parents created for me. And I realized really quickly on, or really early on in my life, or I think that I did, it was early for me, that doesn't work for me. The things that my mom did for us, the cooking and some of the cleaning and some of the things she even did with my dad and for my dad, that's not me. That's not how I conduct my life. I have a way that I want to be in this world, and I have to have enough courage to live it in spite of anybody else's opinion that they may try and superimpose on me. So I made a decision a long time ago that although it may go against the grain of although it may go against the grain of what I've been taught, what I've seen around me, and what other people have encouraged me to do, I have to go with what works for me and what feels good to me. And as long as I'm adhering to that, I don't feel any ways guilty about it. And I have to remind myself of that over and over again. It's not a one and done saying, oh, I don't feel guilty because I'm doing what's best for me, and then that feeling never comes again. This is life. Life happens and it's cyclical. It goes around and around. So that thing may visit you again, but you have to affirm and remind yourself that I am doing the best I can for what it is that I want to have done. And that's enough. And remind yourself and affirm that every single time that feeling comes up or somebody else tries to superimpose their values on you, you're not living for them. You're not living for your parents. And while that may sound harsh, we love them, but we're not living for them. And that doesn't mean we love them any less. So keep that in mind. Also keep in mind that when you do that, you're teaching your children how to stand up for themselves and how to pay attention to their wants, needs, and desires in spite of anything and anybody else that's going on around them. And that's so hugely, hugely important. I'm not going to go too much deeper into that. I do have a whole series about that I'm working on. So we'll take a whole nother deep dive. But I just wanted to relate that to put that into our 30-day challenge that we have going on. So use that today as you go out and take time for yourself and exercise. Go get your bodies right, whatever it is that looks like, and don't feel guilty about it. You are worthy and you deserve every moment and everything that it is that your heart desires, okay? So, got to get out of here because it's time to go get my baby and do some more mommy stuff and entrepreneurial good things. But in the meantime, listen, it's time to move beyond everyone else's expectations of who you ought to be and become the woman you thought that you could be. Till next time, bye.